Hey guys, how's it going, Companion? So today I want to talk about PoE racing and, what the benefits of doing these races is and just generally how it works because apparently I was not so informed last night, even though I am pretty familiar with how to play within a race. And for a lot of people who are just new to PoE and all that, they really have no idea what's going on. I mean, every time I do a race, I got a level 1 character again, people are like, oh my god, Crimp died! So, I mean, I have to explain myself and then I have to explain what a race is and all that, and I figured it'd just be better to just talk about it real briefly in a video. So, a race in Path of Exile is, if you can imagine, a Diablo 2 ladder reset. A ladder in Diablo 2 lasts, 6 months to a year. A race in Path of Exile is essentially that. But in many cases, in fact, basically how the structure is set up is that these races, instead of being months at a time, would be like 1 hour or 2 hours, or a short amount of time where, you're actually just racing. You're leveling up as fast as possible, and at the end of the race, the people who are higher above get better rewards than the others. And each race that is going on happens within a season, and you get points based on how you do within the race based on your class. And at the end of the season, the points are tallied up, and you get some super sweet rewards. Now, in between the seasons, you can still get rewards at the end of each race. There are rewards based on how many points you have at certain milestones. You get some cool shit. And if you win a competitive race, a race is competitive. If you look up in the event schedule on the Path of Exile official website, you can see a C within the race name. That means a competitive race. And if you win, if usually winning means top of each class, if you do that, you get one of these puppies here, Demigod's Touch. Now, this reward has changed over time as the seasons change. I think what they're doing is they have a new demigod item for every 2 seasons, and this season being season 5, this is the new item, and I was fortunate enough to have a pretty good run in the first competitive race of the season. It was a descent race, and I shattered the old Templar record and got first and got my Demigod's Touch. These gloves are pretty lame compared to the other demigods before them, but it's still pretty cool. I'm sure there's going to be a demigod set that's going to be fairly sought after, and we'll have to see how that works. But generally, the concept that I want to introduce to you guys. Oh, before I get there, a mistake on my behalf. I actually withdrew the items on hardcore because that's how it used to be forever. So you'd do a race, you'd get some items, and before the Nemesis and Domination leagues that they have now, it would have been Onslaught and Anarchy. And when you did a race, the item rewards that you got within the race would go to Hardcore and Standard. And, they go to Hardcore, and then you could die with them if you want them in Standard. But there was no option to send them to another league, and apparently now there is. Apparently, what you can do is you can go over to Domination or whatever other league that maybe existed in the time, and you can withdraw them there, which unfortunately I did not do. But in general, racing is a really good way to get very good at the game. And this is so because the parameters are always controlled. You're always starting from nothing, and you always have shitty-ass gems, and you're essentially competing against other people who have the same. And, it really does make you a better player. If you're new to PoE, you should try the races, but you should expect to get absolutely smashed because, while the game was officially released a short while ago, the game was playable, well over a year ago, and people have been playing since then and are pretty fucking good at the game. So, a concept that I want to compare this to is the Diablo 3 concept, because I'm sure a lot of people who are playing this game are likely from that, or possibly some other RPG games. So when Diablo 3 was in beta, we set up a group, we set up Team No Life, and we got together, and every day we would essentially do the run. So you'd start from absolutely nothing and you want to kill Skeleton King. And we did this again and again and again and again, and we try to do better every time, and we try to make it harder by disallowing some parts, and in some cases we actually did the run with no gear at all, and that was pretty fucking sketchy. So overall, I want to really put this idea out there that if you play one character, if you get gear and you do the maps and you do that, yeah, you'll get better at the game because you'll understand more about it. But, you know, when you pick up a game, what you really want to do is start from the ground up. You know, remove a lot of the possibilities that can happen and just work from the basics. You want to be the base god. Just like in Hearthstone, just like in Diablo 3, the same in most of the games, it's the same in Path of Exile. You know, if you can control all the circumstances, you can fully understand them, you can master them, and then you can move on to a level where there are more parameters in effect, so you can get, you know, get some practice on a higher level and just incrementally move up. And that's really the best way to get good at this game. It's really the best way to get good at any game. And hopefully you guys give these races a shot. And again, if you get smashed, you'll probably get smashed for a few, but if you keep at it, you'll be the one smashing noobs yourself. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.